250 heat number 2 starting grid. There you see Chad Reed, Mike LaRocco, Michael Byrne, Heath Voss, Grant Langston, and Tyler Evans. Also, Ryan Clark out there, Cameron. This is going to be a great heat indeed. We'll see if Chad Reed can hold it off. As we look at our onboard camera, Jason Thomas out of Melrose, Florida, the Honda Sierra 450R Subway Honda ride.
Well, it's definitely going to give you the A view right here, and it's all we can wonder is who's got the whole shot.
28, Heath Voss out there taking the inside line. Grant Langston to the outside, springs past him, and it's Grant Langston out in front.
And Grant going for the triple right there on the first lap, and followed by the dreaded 22, chasing him down, and Heath Voss grew up about 15 minutes from this. Oh, Chad Reed getting squirrely in the whoops, not able to get on the binders, and as Grant Langston goes to slow down for the corner, he gets plowed from behind, and Chad right up, Grant slow to get up. Remember the crash last week, Todd.
Well, Grant Langston did not need that. Already a sore left hip and shoulder. Chad Reed up and riding once again, so Reed trying to work his way through the pack. We'll have to look at that again, Cameron. He got so squirrely, and Grant Langston never saw it coming. So that gives the lead now to number 28. Heath Voss out in front. Mike LaRocco sits in second, and Michael Byrne has moved into third.
The hometown boy leading it, and Chad Reed clearing the cobwebs. Remember, 4 riders will transfer to the main event, so he's got time. And let's take a look. Looks like Chad just kind of stuttered at the end, got up over the handlebars and just clipped the back of Grant's bike, and Grant kind of pinned underneath the motorcycle. You can see there, that always hurts when you get hooked underneath your handlebars. Chad.
Wow. Chad Reed dropping all the way back to 11th position. He's starting to make a move now, but Mike LaRocco has got his hands full. Number 28 is Heath Voss, and Voss trying to get around him.
So LaRocco going to the inside there. It looks like Byrne coming up. Remember, Voss, the local boy's got a lot of pressure. I got 100 family members in the stands or so, and so that adds to it. Let's watch LaRocco through the rhythm section. He starts to the right, they all do, and then move over to the left, and only LaRocco getting that triple at the end, triple single. There are some other options in there. We'll watch as the night develops.
So Mike LaRocco, your new leader, followed by Heath Voss and Michael Byrne. Joe Aloff checks in at 4th, and Tyler Evans rounds out the top 5. So Evans on the outside looking in.
Evans, the man on the bubble, and we talked about him. He spent a lot of time in the dirt during practice, and LaRocco looking very smooth right now, dragging around, and that jump interesting. That's one of those stutter bumps in the start straight you see him landing on, jumping out into the flats, and the guy's electing to go for it. And Mike's putting a gap on some of these guys right now.
Well, do my eyes deceive me, or is Chad Reed already into 6th position? The double deuce aerial master of disaster is right on the back door of Tyler Evans and knocking, trying to get in.
You see him doing a triple in the middle of that section, and another option. Looks like both riders looking for a liner on Aloff, and Chad may be looking to split those guys for a second.
Why split when you can go to the inside and pick up 2 for the price of 1? Chad Reed makes the move. He goes ahead of Evans, so Chad Reed now in a transfer position. Cameron, that's amazing. The first lap, he's down and out on his backside, and here he is right now sitting in 4th.
Well, it's a testament to just how good Chad is. He goes down, and luckily it wasn't something that was a vicious crash that hurt. I mean, he could be sore, and the bike came out of it unscathed, and that's one thing to also think about. The mechanics run the levers just tight enough so they don't move when you're using it. Look at the triple off that step and then triple over. That is something that's going to make up tons of time. We saw Andrew Short do that in the first heat, and right now Chad is a man on the mission.
Chad Reed's last lap time of 45.138, so he certainly is. He is moving up to 2nd and 3rd. Unbelievable. He has got Byrne and Voss in his sights, and we still got 2.5, 3 laps to go.
He's got those guys in his sights, but he's got no visor. He hit hard enough to pull his visor off of his helmet, so the bullet head, that's what we used to call him.
Chad's sporting a new look right now. So Chad Reed now in a transfer position, but it doesn't look like that's good enough for him. The young man out of Dade City, Florida on the Yamaha YZ250 is trying to move up and do the impossible. Will Chad Reed win this heat? You'll have to stay tuned and find out. We'll be back to Minneapolis, Minnesota right after this. And it's now time for Honda's All Access, a segment which takes you behind the scenes at a typical Supercross weekend and which goes to show you that life in the pits isn't always that bad. Welcome back to Minneapolis, Minnesota. Mike LaRocco continues to lead. This is heat number 2, but Chad Reed is moving up and moving up quick. He currently sits in 4th place, and that's after Chad Reed went down in the first lap when he got tangled up with the back wheel of Grant Langston. There's Chad Reed, number 22. He's right behind Michael Byrne on the Kawasaki, number 26, and Heath Voss, number 28 on the Yamaha.
Watch for the triple here. There it is, stepping off, triple again, right on by Michael Byrne. Couldn't get by Voss right there. We'll see if he goes for a big charge in the whoops here. This is where he had a problem.
Yellow flags are out as riders have gone down in this tricky section. Chad Reed will be patient. He's still got time. Heath Voss takes a look over his shoulder and sees Reed coming. Reed hard on the gas as they go into the corner. Both men go high. Chad goes to the outside of the whoop section. Heath Voss is equal to the task. Has a great drive through there. Now here's the section during practice yesterday, Cameron, that Chad really looked like he was enjoying.
You know, it's funny you say that, enjoying. That was the key to my conversation. I had a brief conversation with Chad. He just looked like I was having fun. Watch the triple step off right here. Bink! And then again, the triple, and right on by. Use it in the same spot to make the pass, but can you make it stick? Voss sticking it back on him. And the fans here in the Metrodome going crazy. That's their local boy holding off Chad Reed.
That is some great riding right there by Heath Voss to block Chad Reed's move to the inside and take over his second position. We remind you, Mike LaRocco continues to lead. This is the final lap. LaRocco has enough time. I think he's going to do it. Here comes Chad Reed one more time, but Heath Voss again up to the task, holding Chad Reed off, and that is not something easy to do. Heath Voss holds his second place position.
These last 2 races have been by far the best for Heath Voss. He's been on the gas. Look at him going inside. We'll see if this costs him in this rhythm section. Once again, looking for that triple.
Meanwhile, Mike LaRocco out in front. LaRocco picks up the victory here. Who will get second? Chad Reed goes to the inside. Unbelievable finish, and Chad Reed does it. Just by the knobby on the front tire, Chad Reed comes from 11th to 2nd. And I think if we had one more lap, Cameron, he might have got first.
Well, definitely a testament to his riding skill and the timing and scoring at the base of the takeoff for that finish line jump. So
let's look at it one more time. Here's his section where he's been tripling.
Well, that's like a stutter whoop section where he's tripling off of the first one and skips off of that, makes it around, but then Voss has the inside line, but Chad makes it stick, and a little battered, maybe a little bruised, but a solid performance by Chad Reed.
As we take a look at the official results, and we need official because Chad made it awfully close. Mike LaRocco gets the win, followed by Chad Reed, Heath Voss, and Michael Byrne, all transferring on to the main event. Unfortunately, Tyler Evans, Ryan Clark, and the rest of the crew will have to go to a semi-race. And with that, let's send it down to Jamie Little, who's with our winner.
Can you guys say exciting? Mike, you're always there. Right when something like that happens, you take full advantage. What happened in front of you?
Looks like Chad got a little too out of control in the whoops, and he just hit Langston, and they both went down.
That's all that you saw? You took advantage? Did you know that Chad Reed was right behind you?
Well, I watched him move through the pack. It was just, for me, I used to be up there in the heat race, so I had to just kind of ride a calm race and, do what I needed to do.
All right, Mike LaRocco up on top, and hey, guys, Grant Langston pulled off right after that crash.